a country, it's a continent. And for all of us to, in 2025, there's a good reason for us to have that entire picture about Africa so we know what we're talking about. And when you get home tonight, just do me a favor and watch a virtual tour of downtown Johannesburg. You'll sit there for a half hour and watch a car drive through the city and never see any part of a jungle, never see an animal. If you're in South Africa, especially Johannesburg, in order to see an animal, you know what you have to do, right? You have to go to the zoo.
Yeah, my son went to Johannesburg a few
Great,
years ago.
great. I'd like to go one day, but the perspective we need to have is that we're not that Africa that's been portrayed, and so that really gives us a way to launch ourselves into today's discussion. Because if you go now, there were some cities there that when you're in the city, you have no idea you're in Africa. They look very much like the cities here. Johannesburg looks like Dallas. But there's one, the Ivory Coast. There's a city there that looks just like Tampa. If you want to look these up, it's called, I think it's the capital of Africa. And so we need to kind of realize, like, there's some Africans who are telling us the same thing. Don't just say you're from Africa. Say you're from a country in Africa. So there's Nigerians here in Florida, a lot of them, I don't know, for some reason, they're taking up the idea of being pharmacists. They're like people that know that they're not from just the continent, they're from Nigeria. The country.
Right.
It changes the conversation just a little bit. So anyway, we'll do more of that. But
You said you wanted to share with us the values that kept Martin
Yeah.
Luther King.
I passed a copy of that.
Okay.
It's these six. Luther King was sure that nonviolence was a way of life for courageous people. All of us know that. But he lived that, and so he taught that, and so folks who did work with him, and there were a lot of students, so you all know that. They had to prove that they could handle the circumstances when they got out in the street, or wherever they were going to go to protest, that they were courageous enough to not fight. That was his first idea. The second idea was a beloved community. Two things were important: that communities were just and they were peaceful. In some households that we all have grown up in, sometimes that was peace, but that was because mom and dad were big enough and bad enough to keep the peace. But our households weren't always just. So when you take that example and put it in the context of this whole country, we lived peacefully for a long time as slaves, but there was no justice. So Dr. King's idea was that for a community to be okay, it's got to be both peaceful and justice. Yeah. And of course, his third idea was that if someone attacks you in any kind of way, whether it's economic, political, social, physical, that you don't bother with that person. You don't bother with the person that's creating the evil. You go after the forces in the background. Right. So police officers who killed the young black men in the streets all over this country forever, no sense in going after the police. That became a system. Then we go find out how is it that they got permission to go out and do that? From the city council, from the mayor, from the district, from the governing agencies of any particular city. So he said we should keep that in mind, and that's what he kept in mind. Because otherwise, he and his followers would have said, okay, we're going to go back and throw rocks and sick dogs on it and do the same thing to them they did to us, but it doesn't do any good because you're fighting the force, the person, but not the real forces. The fourth thing, nobody even close to my age in here, so I can't ask any of you, did you march?
No.
But if you were marching with Dr. King, he simply said to people, accept suffering without retaliation. So you can achieve your goal. So he would meet, you all know this stuff, right? They meet at churches the night before, say we're going tomorrow, and No retaliating. If you get hit, run over, spit on, keep walking. Because if you respond, the rest of us are in trouble. Now, black folks have always had to live like that. To be careful that the entire community is safe, because you don't personally take these things and fight back on the spot. 5 is tough. We do it in our homes now among each other. But we are sometimes very spiritually, very violent in a spiritual way. Some of the words we say and the attitudes we have toward each other, toward even our own family members, that the king would consider that violent. So he said, avoid the internal violence as well as the physical. So if you're driving down the street and you hope that somebody gets a ticket because they're speeding, that's an internal violence. If you want to get back at somebody, want somebody else to get any kind of revenge thing, internal violence. And this is bad as the physical, he said. And I've always kept doing the things I do in the community because of number 6. He said, no matter how bad it is, even in the next 4 years, it's going to be terrible, but the universe is on the side of justice. And that's what's going to happen in the end. We're going to be all right.
Yes.
I agree with you. What God's plan is,
But he has a plan. God has a plan.
And for him to take all the stuff he took, he had to believe strongly in these ideas. Otherwise, he and others would kind of fall apart. But he understood what he was doing. And he spent many, many days thinking about this approach and how he had to be fully accepting of it.
Wow, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.